St. Kitts and Nevis Foreign Minister, the Right Honorable Dr. Denzel Douglas, hosted a series of bilateral meetings with various nations during the United Nations Climate Change Conference at COP27. The dialogues began with the Republic of China-Taiwan. During the joint session, the Republic of China-Taiwan expressed its commitment to support the government of St. Kitts and Nevis in its bid to transition from fossil fuel energy consumption to renewable energy. Minister Dr. Douglas indicated during the meeting that the Republic of China-Taiwan has been a longtime friend of St. Kitts and Nevis for some 39 years. He reminded the gathering that Taiwan has always supported the Federation's energy transition. The foreign minister said, and quote, "Now, as we head to another critical transition in our nation's history, Taiwan has confirmed its support for St. Kitts and Nevis. We are eternally grateful for the friendship because Taiwan has been a dependable partner. They have provided invaluable technical cooperation across all sectors. We deeply appreciate their loyal commitment to the advancement of St. Kitts and Nevis, and so we always have and will continue to be their loyal partner and friend," end quote.
All right, definitely affirming the ties
Indeed.
Both of us. All right, moving on. Announcement of Team First CAC Beach Games from SKN Vibes. The St. Kitts and Nevis Olympic Committee, the SKNOC, is sending a male beach volleyball team comprising of Mr. Clarique Ward and Mr. Zendai Richards to the inaugural Central American and Caribbean, or CAC, Beach Games that will be held in Santa Marta, Colombia over the period Saturday 19th to Saturday 26th November 2022. The team is led by the chef de mission, Mr. Leroy Green, and will be coached by Mr. João Carlos Moraes de Campos. They will be engaged in competition from the 23rd to 26th of November 2022. Mr. Glenn Quinlan, president of the St. Kitts Volleyball Association, or SCAVA, proclaimed that, quote, "We are extremely happy that we will participate in these inaugural games. The duo has promise and some experience, and I am certain that they will do their best and represent the country well. SCAVA wishes the team good luck," end quote. These inaugural games are held under the auspices of the Central Caribbean Sports, formerly Central American and Caribbean Sports Organization, CASCO, and are intended to provide high-level competition for countries in the CAC sub-region prior to major events and continental championships on the quadrennial calendar, like the Pan American Games that are held the year before the Summer Olympics.
Congratulations to the player. And our very own Clarique Ward, of course.
Definitely so. Wishing you all the best.
Yeah. Bring the trophy home, you know. We continue now. This from SKNIS. Minister of Environment and Climate Action, the Honorable Dr. Joel Clark, presented on Tuesday, 15th November, a national statement on behalf of the government of St. Kitts and Nevis during the 27th session of the Conference of Parties, COP27, of the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. In her address, Minister Dr. Clark highlighted climate action, climate justice, and finance and their impacts on small island developing states, which include loss and damage. The minister told the gathering that St. Kitts and Nevis lends to the voice of other small island developing states in their bid to address the impacts of climate change on the lives and livelihoods of ordinary men and women. She said, and quote, "In my country, climatic events disrupt the livelihoods of families whose income depend on tourism and agriculture. In many cases, it is a single mother, a taxi driver, a farmer. The glaring fragility of our small state is magnified. The severity of loss and damage is traumatic," end quote. The minister also emphasized a call to the robust body of the United Nations to recognize the Republic of China-Taiwan as an observer state. So the talk continues.
Definitely so. Moving on to a check of our local weather at this time. It's going to be partly cloudy with a high of 81 degrees and a low of 74 degrees Fahrenheit. Take a look at your weekly and hourly forecast as we head to a break. We'll be back in a few.
When growing your savings, where you save matters more than you think. Dare to compare and see for yourself why you should start saving and investing at First Federal Credit Union. You don't have to settle for cents. Let your money make sense. Reap a higher return by stashing your cash in a high-yield savings account or term deposit. and earn up to 4% interest on your money. At First Federal, we say yes.
Has anyone ever touched you here, or here? Well, these are actually bad touches, not good ones. And so, if anyone ever touches you in these areas or anywhere else that makes you uncomfortable, you must say no, then go and tell. Say it with me. Say no, then go and tell.
This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with Probation and Child Protection Services, the Ministry of Health, and the Pan American Health Organization.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
Welcome back to the latest. We continue now with regional news. Public hearing on Guyana-Venezuela border dispute. This from Loop Caribbean. Ghana will make presentations in the International Court of Justice as public hearings of its border dispute with Venezuela begins. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation said the hearings, which run from November 17th to November 22nd at the ICJ seat at The Hague in Belgium, will be devoted to preliminary objections raised by Venezuela in response to Ghana's submission of its memorial on the merits of the case. The border dispute centers on Venezuela's refusal to acknowledge the arbitral award of 3rd of October 1899, which gave them sovereignty over the entire mouth of the Orinoco River and the land on either side. Ghana, which was a United Kingdom colony at the time, was granted land to the east, extending to the Essequibo River. The disputed land makes up more than half of Ghana's territory. Attorney General Mohibir Anil Nandlal, Minister of Parliamentary Affairs and Governance Gail Teixeira, and advisor to the opposition leader on frontier matters, Ambassador Ronald Austin, will represent Guyana at the court hearing. This is a modern-day dispute, land dispute in our region.
Modern?
We're going to see.
They're just not going to give up. They just mean they need to get that part of our country. Well, my country.
Well, there you go. So vested interest. It's interesting because in our region to actually see this play out, this is something I'm going to be following very, very closely, to be honest.
Leave my Guyana alone. We continue now with international news from the Netherlands and news. South Africa and the Netherlands, in partnership with the Observer Research Foundation America and ICT Africa, co-hosted a successful two-day in-person global cyber policy dialogue for Southern Africa on Monday, October 31st to Tuesday, November 1st, 2022 in Pretoria, South Africa. This meeting aimed to promote awareness of cyber matters, focusing on improving the security and stability of cyberspace and strengthening capacity and regional cooperation to address challenges in several interrelated areas such as peace and security, resilience, crime, and sustainable development. The initiative is intended to complement ongoing international-level cyber processes, such as the United Nations Open-Ended Working Group and Ad Hoc Committee on Cybercrime. His Excellency, Mr. Wopke Hoskra, Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Kingdom of the Netherlands, opened the dialogue virtually. And quote, "We share an enduring commitment to upholding the international rules-based order. We both believe rules apply in cyberspace as they do elsewhere. And as your presence at this conference shows, we are not alone in this belief. I'm glad that you, experts and practitioners from Southern Africa governments, civil society, academia, and the private sector are gathering in Pretoria. Your contributions today are vital to helping to shape a digital domain that is guided by norms, end quote. So that's great.
Definitely so.
Yeah.
There you have it for the latest for today.
Yes.
Looking forward to anything in particular, Hortensia?
Don't you see my purple lips? We're going to be talking about preemies. Yes. Today is all about the children. Well, I should say it's about the babies, the in between, and then adolescents, I guess. Is that it?
Guess they're going to have to say it.
From exactly, exactly.
All right, so we'll be back in a moment. Everyone stay tuned.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
What will it take to grab the attention of someone with the power to make your dream come true? 7 hopeful entrepreneurs in search of the finances necessary to take their ideas to the next level.
This is their lives, right? This is their business.
4 savvy business owners ready to make a pragmatic investment.
You can't help people if you can't help yourself. First, you make the dollar and you give the dollar.
Why you take your business offline?
I really feel that you need to do a little bit more research.
Very knowledgeable. Super knowledgeable.
You have a great idea and a great concept. I think you'd be snapped up by Disney.
If you have a job someplace, it means that if something is not working, you can walk away.
Who will invest?
Let's do this. Let's do this.
Thank you. And who will be sent home with nothing? I am your host, Kevin Hope.
You ever hear Earthquake call and say, "Hello, Miss Lee, yes, it's me, Earthquake, I coming Tuesday around 10? No, sir. Earthquake does arrive unannounced, and when it come, it shake all sense and sensibility out of we. Remain calm, stay inside, and do the DCH. Drop, cover, hold on. Once the shaking starts, you know it's earthquake. Make a quick move to a safe place. Don't run to the door, we are any exit. Stairs might broke up or full of people. Elevator, avoid that, because you might get in and poof, power gone, and you're stuck in that box without ear. Take cover under a strong table or a bed, or crouch against an inside wall or in a corner, and cover your face and your head with your arms. Remember, DCH, drop, cover, hold on. Glass windows and doors, outside walls and doors in an earthquake, bad news. Take care yourself. Most injuries during earthquakes happen when something drop and hit people entering or exiting a building. Last thing, nobody run outside and ask, you feel it, you feel it? Remain calm, stay indoors until all the shaking stop, and do the DCH, drop, cover, hold on.
Let's face it, most parents or guardians don't want to think about their teens having sex, let alone contemplate the possibility that they might get pregnant or get someone pregnant. Teenage pregnancy is a situation that involves female adolescents. A teenage female can be pregnant as early as age 12 or 13, although it is usually 14 and older. The fact that teenagers become pregnant is related to many factors. Here are some tips to decrease teen pregnancy. Teach teenagers comprehensive sex education. Target messages at teen boys, not just girls. Get the whole community involved. encourage mentoring, parental involvement, and support. This message was brought to you by Project Viola through the Department of Gender Affairs with support from the Basic Needs Trust Fund and the Caribbean Development Bank.
You can lower your salt intake by reducing salty foods, removing table salt, and using salt alternatives when cooking.
I going out tonight. I got a hot date. He older than me, but I don't care. I like what he telling me. He say I look sweet and ting. What? You want me go home with him? Nice. Boy, I wonder if I'm ready for this. I notice he ain't got a condom, but I gonna go ahead, see? He might think me ain't like him or trust him. Plus, this my first time. Nothing gonna happen to me. Lord, how could I let this happen? I ain't ready for no child. Who can support me and my child? My man gone jail and mommy and daddy said they ain't gonna help. I all on my own. How could I be so careless? I wish I could go back to that now. But my education on hold. How could I let this happen? Don't.
An exotic experience.
Oh, come here!
It's been 6 months now and Glenn hasn't been working. His attitude has completely changed and he's been leaving the house every day for hours and liming with his friends and coming home drunk and causing confusion.
Gloria, this is what you cook today? This is not enough food for a big man like me.
But Glenn, it's been 6 months now. You haven't given me any money to shop for food.
Okay, so what you want me to do if my boss ain't called me out for work as yet?
Look for a different job now.
What you just said to me?
Get a next job.
What?
Help! Let me go!
Let go what? Yeah, let's see what really happened. Let go what? Watch him out with me now.
Every day mom and dad fight. When are they going to stop?
Domestic violence is not just physical, it's mental, emotional, economical, and psychological. If you, your friend or family member is being abused, you can contact one of the numbers listed below for help. Department of Gender Affairs 662-5492, Special Victims Unit 662-7077, Counseling Unit 465-5000. This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and the Pan American Health Organization. Dreamy Decor specializes in flowers for all events, from birthdays to weddings and any other special occasion. What's a better way to express to the people you love than by providing the finest selection of beautiful flowers and gifts? So when you think of flowers, think of us, Dreamy Decor.
Joining us this morning are nurse Naomi Brownville, senior nurse of the neonatal unit, and Doreen Johnson, parent of twin preemie boys now age 15. They are here with us in recognition of World Prematurity Day, commemorated by the World Health Organization to raise awareness of premature birth and sometimes devastating effects on families. Welcome, ladies, to Good Morning SKN.
Welcome. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
All right, so Nurse Brownville, we'll start with you. How long have you been a neonatal practitioner?
Okay. Well, after I did midwifery, that was in 2012. I went back to the maternity ward, and then shortly after, I was sent to the neonatal unit. So that's like more than 8 years or more.
You've seen a lot in your time there.
Yes.
So what training and certification are needed to work in this career?
In the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis, you must be a midwife in order to work at the neonatal unit. So you will do your general nursing training, and then you will go and do the specialty program, which is a midwifery program, and then they usually assign you to work in which department. So as a staff nurse means that you have done midwifery. Once you have done midwifery, you can be assigned to the neonatal unit.
All right, so we've heard a little bit of the nursing side. We're going to get to the parental side right now with you, Doreen. You are the mother of twin boys now, age 15, as we said. They were born prematurely.
Yes, 26 weeks and 5 days to be exact.
What was going through your mind at the time when you realized that you were going to deliver them?
Okay, first of all, I have to say that having preemie babies is like you're living in a roller coaster. You will have good days and bad days. But my advice was you have to pray and pray a lot. You must be very patient. You must have high hopes, and you must always be very, very, very patient. In my case, my sons stopped breathing more than one occasion because of the severe prematurity. There were days when, you have your crying and your happy days. I actually spent 2.5 months in the hospital. There were moments when you're good today, and in like half an hour time, 15 minutes time, both of them stopped breathing. So it was like a matter of life and death situation. Most people see preemies as, oh, they're so small, oh, they're so cute, but mentally, it's a challenge. My sons, when they were born, they were 1 pound 14 ounces each. And I have an aunt who used to say, how do you wrap them doing? Like that, yeah. But I used to hold them in my hand just like this. When they were born in the night, really, and the pediatrician gave them 3 hours to survive at first. But I was of the opinion he's not God, and only God have the last say, and you have to have that mindset. And I always told myself that 3 of us came here and 3 of us living here, and we are living together. You must have that patience in dealing with preemies. I remember the first time when I saw them, they were wrapped in, I used to say, foil paper to make them feel like they were part of the womb still. And, seeing them, and I was like, my grandma used to say, pray. When you go in there, know your psalms, say your psalms. And I saw bigger children, more mature children come in, they go, parents come and go, and you're still there. But, I always tell myself, I'm in it for the long haul, and I'm doing this. Well, no, they are 15. They sing, they drum, they do everything like normal children. The only problem is that they are visually impaired because they needed the oxygen to survive, and they had lots of oxygen. But back then, the hospital wasn't up to date like now, and that's a good thing. But when people see them on the street, like, oh, those are the songbirds, those are the preemie boys, and so. But no, they are taller than I am, more intelligent in some cases.
That must make you very proud, obviously.
Yes.
To see that.
One of them did an interview at the school because they go to Cotton Thomas Comprehensive School. He did an interview when he was talking about what he would like to be when he grew up. And surprisingly, he said that he wanted to work at skeleton department where he can cut off people current, like his dad.
All right, I gotta say, your son has a good sense of humor.
I was like, are you aware that your current can be cut too? And, we had a little joke about it. But they're very smart. They're doing the Braille at school. Sometimes when they come with the homework, I have to Google. Sometimes they ask questions. When I pause, they would be like, Mommy, go Google it.
Let me ask Nurse Brungle a question here, because as we talk about that, development after birth for preemies, can we expect this outcome for, on average, most premature babies, or is every situation a little different?
Well, on the aspect of the oxygen, one of the things that the hospital have put in place, we now use blended oxygen. Back then, we were using plain oxygen, 100% oxygen. Now we have an equipment that breaks down the oxygen concentration, because as a premature baby, they don't need 100% oxygen because that can affect the brain and cause eye damage and so forth. So we now have an equipment that breaks down the concentration of the oxygen, and we usually give them a small percentage of the oxygen, usually 30 to 40% oxygen. It's only if the condition continues, then we increase the percentage, but we try as much as possible not to go over 50% oxygen. We also have machines now available to help these babies breathe. We use the bubble CPAP. Bubble CPAP is just a fancy word for a machine with some water that helps to decrease the pressure on the lungs as the baby breathes. So we have that machine now. We have ventilator available, and the nurses are trained how to use the ventilator, how to use the bubble CPAP machine. So those are some of the things we use for our premature babies, and we have more and more babies. Our viable age here is in our federation is 28 weeks, meaning that a baby who is at 28 weeks, we can work to help them to survive. But we still see, up to today, as she said, her babies are 26 weeks. And even up to today, we still have babies who are 26 weeks who we help to survive and who did well and was discharged, continue assessments, and has been going well, has been doing well. So we've come a long way.
Well, I'm happy to hear that. Definitely happy to hear that. It's kind of heart-wrenching to know what you went through because of the lack of, knowledge. But I think you're doing very well with it. I'm grateful for that as well.
What goes into preparing a mother for the birth of preemies?
Well, once we know in advance that this mother is in premature labor, the obstetricians now they usually start treatment, because there are medications that you can give to the mommy that will help with the baby's survival. So there are medications that you will give to help with development of the baby lungs, and there are medication that you would give to help with the baby development of the brain. So that increases the baby's chance of survival. So once we catch them early, these medication will be given, and it increases the chance of the baby survival and how well they do after birth. But there are some cases where we might not be able to catch them early enough. Early enough meaning these medication, well, the one for the lungs is usually over 2 days, and the one for the brain, they have to get it within 24 hours of delivery. So at least, if we catch them at least 24 hours to 48 hours before they actually deliver. And there are some medications that we can also give, which will help to slow contractions, so that we can actually try to stretch the limit of time before delivery. And we try to do that as much as possible. There are some times when it may not be possible, and the person might still end up going to delivering the baby. And that is something most of the time we have no control over. So once we, as the neonatal nurses, once we are aware, anybody who comes to the maternity ward and they are premature, the neonatal nurses, we get a heads up. We have a mother here. She's how much ever weeks gestation, and she looks as if she's going to deliver. So we'll notify the pediatrician. We tell the pediatrician, we have a lady on the maternity, she's this amount of weeks, and we as the neonatal nurses know exactly what we have to prepare for this baby. So we'll go in, we'll start setting up the incubators, making sure that everything works, and ready for when this baby comes. And we know what to expect, what complications can arise within whatever period, so we know exactly what to look out for.
Well, the work that you do is very important, life-changing. In fact, Doreen, I know that you appreciate those words even more so. Before we end, there was one question that I had for you that I did not ask. What are the names of your sons?
Keon and Keonche Roach.
Okay. Gorgeous names, incredible names. Listen, we are grateful that you spent time with us today, raising awareness, of course, for this unfortunate thing that so many people go through. I was telling you off here that I wasn't going to say it, but I too was born prematurely. And when you mentioned the weight, I thought I was small. I was like 3 pounds, 14.5 ounces. Your 2 sons, literally.
We've seen babies less than 1 pound.
Wow. Well, you know what? It's a testament to what work you do, and
I'm a nurse also.
Well, that helps. Now you tell me. All right.
On the same maternity unit now.
Okay, that's great. Well, it's a pleasure meeting you. Thank you for brightening our days. Our day a little bit. We'll be back in a moment, everyone. Stay tuned.
Let's face it, most parents or guardians don't want to think about their teens having sex, let alone contemplate the possibility that they might get pregnant or get someone pregnant. Teenage pregnancy is a situation that involves female adolescents. A teenage female can be pregnant as early as age 12 or 13, although it is usually 14 and older. The fact that teenagers become pregnant is related to many factors. Here are some tips to decrease teen pregnancy. Teach teenagers comprehensive sex education. Target messages at teen boys, not just girls. Get the whole community involved. Encourage mentoring, parental involvement, and support. This message was brought to you by Project Viola through the Department of Gender Affairs with support from the Basic Needs Trust Fund and the Caribbean Development Bank.
Hi, if you are a smoker, please pay attention to this message. According to the World Health Organization, there are 1.3 billion smokers in the world today, and tobacco kills 1 out of every 2 smokers. Did you know that there is enough nicotine in 5 cigarettes to kill an average adult if ingested whole? There are more than 7,000 chemicals in tobacco smoke, of which more than 250 are known to be harmful. More than 69 are known to cause cancer, and 16 are classified as Group 1 carcinogens. Smoking kills. Are you ignoring that warning every time you smoke? Please stop. Smoking can lead to severe health complications and even death. It affects almost every organ in the body, especially the lungs and heart. It raises blood pressure, increases blood clots, and increases the risk of stroke, heart attack, and cancer. It is hard to quit smoking, but it is not impossible. Don't let tobacco destroy you. Remember the 4 Ds to curb your tobacco cravings. 1. Delay. Set a time limit before you decide to smoke. 2. Drink water. Go get a drink before you do anything else. 3. Do something else. Have a goodie bag handy of other things to do. And 4. Deep breathing. Take at least 10 deep breaths every time you think about smoking. Quit smoking and live a longer and happier life. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health, St. Kitts and Nevis.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
It's been 6 months now and Glenn hasn't been working. His attitude has completely changed and he's been leaving the house every day for hours and liming with his friends and coming home drunk and causing confusion.
Gloria, this is what you cook today? This is not enough food for a big man like me.
But Glenn, it's been 6 months now. You haven't given me any money to shop for food.
Okay, so what you want me to do if my boss ain't called me out for work as yet?
Look for a different job now.
What you just said to me?
Get a next job.
What?
Help! Let me
Let
go!
go what? Yeah, let's see what we like. Let go what? Watch your mouth with me now.
The weekend mom and dad fight. When are they going to stop?
Domestic violence is not just physical, it's mental, emotional, economical, and psychological. If you, your friend or family member is being abused, you can contact one of the numbers listed below for help. Department of Gender Affairs 662-5492, Special Victims Unit 662-7077, Counseling Unit 465-5000. This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and the Pan American Health Organization.
When growing your savings, where you save matters more than you think. Dare to compare and see for yourself why you should start saving and investing at First Federal Credit Union. You don't have to settle for cents. Let your money make sense. Reap a higher return by stashing your cash in a high-yield savings account or term deposit and earn up to 4% interest on your money. At First Federal, we say yes.
Good morning. Good morning. This is Karen of Paris and Zippo from Paris, Vermont. I want to encourage y'all to sign on to Good Morning SKN every morning from 8 to 10 at Studio 327. Thanks.
It's Youth Month 2022. Every year in November, the Department of Youth Empowerment hosts month-long activities in celebration of the youth of the Federation. Today, we warmly welcome Pierre Liebert, the department's director, who is here to tell us about Youth Month. Good morning, Pierre. Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. Our pleasure indeed. Why was it essential for the Department of Youth to have this month-long celebration of the youth?
Because it's important for us as a nation to recognize the potential of our most valuable assets and to celebrate and encourage them to research. There are opportunities throughout the year for various young people to celebrated with their oversight. Following that we transition, in a sense, the younger people and basically passing the baton and recognizing the talents, the contributions, the potential of our young people across, a whole range of spheres. This year, during this month, we celebrate the chefs, the singers, the athletes, the scholars, the young people that are well-rounded across a number of different activities, the differently abled. And it's just an opportunity to shine a spotlight collectively for the country on our young people and to encourage them to shine more.
All right, so it's a very interesting theme this year, taking charge of our future, creative, focused, and energized.
Yes.
What does that mean?
I think exactly that. Recognizing that, young people taking this opportunity to really consider, the future is in their hands. I almost said our hands.
Yes, corrected.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's recognizing that young people should and are taking charge of their own future and setting their own goals, the direction for their lives, and using their creativity and energy in a focused way to realize their dreams, their aspirations, and that benefits them as individuals, their families, communities, and the country as a whole. So that's the idea, to draw focus on that and to encourage it.
Young people face so many challenges. How can we as a society and the elders, because our youth age would have passed, but we're still young, yes. How do we help them to be better individuals, or how do we steer them in directions? Because, as you would have rightfully said, they are the tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Starts by listening. By recognizing that they're individuals in their own right. They have their own dreams, their own aspirations, their own perspectives, their own unique experience. While we as adults have years, decades worth of experience, none of us would have experienced COVID at 12 or the Wi-Fi, internet, new technologies, new social media at 9 or 14, well, at least I can speak for us. So they basically live in a very different world, and it's important for us to engage with them one-on-one, not judgmental, to understand their perspective, and an opportunity for us to share ours as well and our experience, and we're able to learn from them as well as guide them, using their aspirations and our experience to help chart a path together, because that's the only way that we're going to be able to achieve and enjoy the future that we all want.
Yes, indeed.
All right, so let's focus for a minute on the activities that commemorate Youth Month. What can you tell us?
The focus is youth.
No, not
celebrating
what the focus
youth.
is. What are the activities? I want to focus on the activities.
Hence my answer. The focus is youth, and young people are not. They're not homogenous. They're coming from different backgrounds, different experiences, different interests, and we try and tap into different activities that diverse groups are interested in. Hence, the activities are different. We started off with church at the Antioch Baptist. And the very next activity was a bike ride around the island. So those of us who felt youthful, and the youth.
Yourself included?
Yeah, I didn't ride this time around, hopefully next year.
Okay.
But it was a challenging experience, a fun one though, and the young people, young and old, actually showed up and turned out and challenged themselves to that. So you have a group of young persons with that interest, as well as a group of young persons who wanted to try it, that aspect. This weekend, I might be all over the place unless I follow the program.
That's fine.
We also engage the differently abled youth with disabilities at a fun day activity on the 4th, and this was in partnership with the Ministry of Education, Cotton Thomas Comprehensive, the Department of Social Services. We had support from TAPS Water Caribbean, who provided water. And it was a fun activity. The minister was there, and they did a lot of fun activities, games, and they enjoyed themselves. At Bouncing Castle, activities that, generally they're not necessarily exposed to, so we give them that opportunity. The second activity with this group of young persons was at the Dolphin Discovery. And we want to express our appreciation to them for accommodating the young people and that experience. It would have been a life-changing one. And we intend to continue this relationship to expose young persons to these sort of experiences. We've had the high school chef competition yesterday. This is within the various high schools, and the young persons compete for the opportunity to represent their schools at the chef competition, which will be held on the 23rd. Back a bit, we had the Ministers' Youth Forum just Tuesday, and this was an opportunity for the young people from across St. Kitts and Nevis, different high schools, the tertiary institutions, young entrepreneurs, unattached individuals, persons from Nevis as well, with the various youth organizations, to have an open and candid conversation with the Minister of Youth on matters of importance to them, and to help inform the way forward for youth development in the future, and vice versa. And we had a number of other ministers, including the Prime Minister, that popped in and took the opportunity to interact with the young people. We had youth service days, where a number of groups were out offering service to the communities in different ways. And that comes up again this weekend, so we encourage the groups to go out and offer your service. If you see them doing random things, picking up litter here and there, painting here and there, encourage them and support them. We also have the first aid and CPR certification training. We do 2 every year. We've done that for the last few years for groups engaged with young people. I think it's important for us to be able to respond to any incident, as opposed to waiting for first responders to come. So we encourage groups, once you're engaged with young people, to have at least 2 persons CPR and first aid certified, and that's a service that we offer in partnership with the Red Cross. We have 25 Most Remarkable Teens coming up. Youth service reception and awards, where we recognize and say thanks to our partners throughout the year who made this year of activities possible. pretty sure I'm missing a few. Supporting the Scanaiper Youth Parliament on the 25th. And we've done a number of cleanups. I think the next one is on the 27th at Cockleshell Bay. So persons who are interested, we invite you to come out and be a part of that.
So were there any new activities added to the calendar this year?
New? Not necessarily. Each of them we would have done before. And, persons expect to, be a part of these activities every year. No, last 2 years we didn't have some activities and we took a licking. Young people, they want to see their activities come off. And one that we unfortunately had to put off for this year is the High School Choir Festival. So hopefully next year we're able to execute that, and we do encourage persons to continue to support the high school choirs. It's a good opportunity for young talent to be developed and celebrated, and we look forward to executing that next year. And we also have the art challenge and exhibition where we encourage the visually arts, those with visual arts skills to create works of art, and we publish them. I might remember a few more. Yeah. So you see how it's diverse and it's all over too. Okay.
I need to start over. So you see, we started with the babies, now we're over the youth.
I was going to say you have an enviable position because as I witness you speak about this when you are talking about your work, it's quite rewarding, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I'd say don't be envious. I'm pretty sure if you look carefully, you'll see.
We can't see
You can't see them?
All we're seeing is all black.
Oh no.
If you have those,
they're in there.
Perfect.
They're in there. I was going to say you found the fountain of youth, no pun intended, working with youth.
Well,
you young.
They do keep you youthful. And I mean, yes, they keep you on your toes. And they're also inspiring, to be honest.
The youth that are involved in the youth month, are they just from the youth camp or you walk around the various communities engaging youth?
Yeah, we encourage and involve young people from across St. Kitts and Nevis. So it's not just youth camp. In fact, youth camp caters to young people ages 8 through 16 as campers and 18 and above and seasoned youth as leaders, as you would know.
Seasoned youth.
Seasoned youth.
We're seasoned.
Well seasoned. Thoroughly marinated and everything. But,
I like where this is going. Keep going.
But yeah, so right. I mean, as diverse as there are young people across St. Kitts and Nevis, we try our best to facilitate their involvement and their celebration during Youth Month, as we tried during the 11 months that preceded.
All right, so for people who are interested in finding out or participating in any of the activities, how can they contact the department?
They could contact the department on our Facebook page, St. Kitts Department of Youth Empowerment, and Instagram, and so we're working on developing those. We also have our emails at youth@gov.kn, youth@gov.kn. You could call the office at 467-1393 or the cell phone at 662-6054. Or you could stop in at the office physically at the top floor of the cable building. We're right there as soon as you get to the top of the floor, the first door on the left.
Keeps you young climbing those steps, doesn't it?
Oh yeah. Several times a day.
Yeah. There you go.
That's an awesome workout.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much for all the work that you do, and you continue to do with the youth.
Thank you.
As I said before, they are the future, so we have to nurture them, and we have to do our best to keep them on the straight and narrow.
Yes, we do. We all do, and it's a pleasure working with young people. I consider it an honor.
Indeed. I know that for sure. GMSK Nation, stay tuned. Much more after this short break as we continue with the youths.
Children, how can you tell a tsunami coming?
Teacher me.
Sammy?
My mother said when uncle jump in the pool and the water spoosh out, that's how you tell a tsunami coming.
Settle down, children, settle down. Do you remember our tsunami song?
Yes.
Mommy, uncle not here in the other shake.
Hush your mouth.
Daddy, uncle not here and the sea gone.
Who cares? You don't see all them free fish? Quick, give me the bag.
This is how you tell a tsunami a come. Teacher says so. I would have failed in school, you know.
Sammy, come, let me go. They would have failed anyhow. Let me run, see, Sammy.
I going out tonight. I got a hot date. He older than me, but I don't care. I like what he telling me. He say I look sweet and ting. What? You want me go home with him? Nice. Boy, I wonder if I'm ready for this. I notice he ain't got a condom, but I gonna go ahead, see? He might think me ain't like him or trust him. Plus, this my first time. Nothing gonna happen to me. Lord, how could I let this happen? I ain't ready for no child. Who can support me and my child? My man gone jail and mommy and daddy said they ain't gonna help. I all on my own. How could I be so careless? I wish I could go back to that now. But my education on hold. How could I let this happen? Don't let this happen to you. Contact the Department of Gender Affairs to find out about confidential offices and personnel available to answer questions about your sexuality or pre- or postnatal concerns.
This message was brought to you by Project Viola through the Department of Gender Affairs with support from the Basic Needs Trust Fund and the Caribbean Development Bank.
I eat some veggies for dinner. Let me just check the amount of sodium in this can. Oh no, this is too much. Let me try our next option. They did say it's healthy to consume less salt. This is much better. I am salt smart.
Consuming excess salt can lead to heart attack, high blood pressure, and even stroke, and other health-related conditions such as kidney disease.
As human beings, we go through so many stages of development, from being an infant to becoming a toddler, entering childhood to becoming a teenager, and finally adulthood, those of us who actually survive. One of the most challenging transitions for many is from adolescence into adulthood. Yeah, the land of in between, right? So today, I'm going to ask you, Cretencia. Yeah, you're in the hot seat today. What was that transition like for you?
Well, from infanthood to toddlerdom, I don't know. Childhood, I think I remember a bit. Adolescence, I wanted to grow up fast. Now that I'm an adult, I want to backpedal because the kids of today have way more opportunity than we do. Although we had a better, how should I say, a better untechnological outside in the yard, enjoyable life than they are having.
No, those two things do not go together at all. At all. At all. I see that. I see that.
Adulting is hard, but it is what you make of of it that makes it easy for the actual individual. So kids, stop saying you want to be 16. Stop saying I can't wait till I grow up to leave your house. It ain't cool. Relax yourself. Take your time.
Why? When you get that autonomy, you get to control more of your life. What is the disadvantage? I don't know. What is the disadvantage to that?
Because you have to pay bills, and you have to buy your own clothes, and you have to pay for your own food, and you have to pay for your own plane ticket.
Yeah, but you don't have somebody telling you what to do every minute of every day. You get the liberty to do what you need to do. And that's the thing. I think this is one of the most significant challenges, really, that balancing act between new liberties or freedoms and still being under the control of other people.
Listen, some people are still under control, because even some persons that are married, not everybody, but the husband be like, no, you can't do that, no, you can't do that. So it's like you're going back to being a child again. Madness.
No comment. I don't know what to say to that.
Yeah, some people are treated like that.
Like I said, I'm not married, so I'll let the married folk talk.
No, but some people do go through that, because some women have control, some men have control. So
I'm aware.
It's like you're back in being parented again. Nonsense.
And then diverse situations inform those things in any event. Hopefully it wasn't an adequate preparation for adulthood. Do you think you were adequately prepared? Is there ever such a thing as adequate preparation for adulthood?
No. Because I think the parents of yesteryear, most of them, I think, GMSK Nation, if you agree, let us know in the comments. They didn't inform us about certain things. They didn't say, okay, this is what is going to happen. This is what you need to prepare for. The one thing I must say, my mom prepared me for is always having money for a rainy day. So I'm grateful to her for that. But I just wish we would have gotten more information on how to prepare for relationships, be it friendships, marital relationships, etc., etc. These are the issues you face, because as we say, our parents probably might have gone behind doors and be like, you're ugly, yes, you're ugly. And they fight and we didn't know. So they needed to let us know about all these things and what you're gonna face when you get to this age. Okay, maybe I started menopause early, maybe you'll start menopause early. But they didn't talk like that. And when I do speak to parents, including my mom, their parents didn't tell them too. So it was just passed on. So now it's for us to educate our kids so that they can be better equipped, as Pierre said. Once they know, they're better equipped to handle themselves out there. So it's for us not to hide and say, yes, I tell you that he's ugly, tell me he's ugly. We have little disagreements, but this is how you work it out. At least they know, so they don't think, oh, you get married and you don't war. Some people didn't bring war. It's not an easy fight.
War.
Yeah, so prepare the kids for that.
Yeah, seriously don't know what to say to that. War. This is so interesting. So, you're talking about war. It's so funny. War. Interesting stuff. Wow. All right. I don't know that there was anything that I didn't expect about adulthood, because I was taking life as it comes, really. That's exactly what I do now.
Told us. So we really have to take it how it comes. You're correct.
Oh, yeah, that's it. It's like, what did you expect? You don't know what adulthood is. You've never been there before. It's like going on a journey. Yeah, other people went and they told you, well, this is that, that's that, but you have to experience it for yourself.
But they could tell us at 40 you might feel a creak in your leg one day and then the pain might move to your chest the next day. They could tell us something like that. So we would appreciate, okay, when I reach 40, boy, let me watch out for these things, right? Or walk out at 40, because if you don't, like this, walk out at 70. Because if you don't walk out at 70, guess what? You're going to break a bone. Stuff like that,
You're going to break a bone.
Or start drinking your calcium as soon as you hit 50. Just tell us something, Jim. Don't keep it all to yourself. Tell us something.
Well, you're telling a lot of things now. So now.
But it's true. If we're told that it would be better prepared, how about that?
Yeah, but that's the thing. I think that's the spice of life. You don't always get to prepare for everything,
Right? Be spicy at all. Look at that. See,
wow.
As a baby, right? You won't know much, but you learn to walk. When your mother can tell you at 5, this is what's gonna happen. Your teeth's gonna start falling out. Nobody tell the kids at 5 their teeth's gonna start falling out. The kid have to experience their teeth falling out. The only thing we tell them, oh, the tooth fairy is supposed to bring you some money.
Yeah, naturally.
But we don't tell them they're going to lose their teeth.
Naturally.
We don't tell them,
Naturally.
you know, so somebody needs to tell us.
Wow.
Yes, education is key. Education today for a better tomorrow.
Well, yeah.
Lord.
Adulting. What do you say? It's like, you could talk about it, there are different aspects of it. I don't know what to say, Cortensia. I really don't know what to say.
Conversations. Having informed, educated conversations can help these situations.
I see.
It's not taking me.
Listen, like literally everybody's experience is different, so I really don't know what to say. It's like, I'm not going to be the one who's thinking, okay, I should have had more preparation for this, or if I'd known. I guess at a certain point in adulthood, you might do that in adulthood, but to say that you're doing that in childhood, you really have no control. So.
No, because you're still, that's what I'm saying. Like, as I said, the child is 5. At 5, we understand plenty of things. Jamie, I'm sure you can remember if you had a party at 5, etc., etc. So at 5, just let him know. Maybe in the next few months, your teeth's going to start rocking. You know, just tell them what to expect. So if you go to school and they say, no teeth, don't bother with them. You're going to get a new teeth. You know, so you're preparing a child even for the bullying that they're going to experience, you know? Come on. If I ever become a parent, my child is going to be well prepared. From baby stage to adulthood. You know what? I'm going to start writing a journal and leaving notes of what to expect. At 40, you'll let my daughter, then the pain will go to your chest.
I got nothing, Cortensia. I got nothing. I literally
Maybe stop buying what I'm selling you. I'm trying to say we need to educate at every stage. Because we see once we start with early education, then the kids grow up to be productive adults.
How about this? This is a rhetorical question, by the way, because I know the answer to it, but I'll ask you anyway. Do you ever wish you could go back to being a child? I think you've said it quite a few times.
Yes. Because, you see, like on the central bank, going and talk to the little preschoolers now and talk about money early. Yes, I could have been a billionaire, Jamie. I could have been a millionaire. I could have been somewhere on a yacht.
You can now, Cortensia, because you earn more money now.
But I have more bills now. Yes. So, had I been saving then, I could have been retired already.
Saving for what?
Well, you know, every time I got $1, I save for 25 cents. I would have been more Eureka. And I would have known to take my money to the bank when I was 5 and open my account. And Jamie, billionaire.
All right. And which currency, Cortensia? I'm sorry. Are we dealing with Guyanese dollars?
You know, if I had started in Ghana, then I converted my little money, that might have been changed, but then it would have built up. How about that?
I'm just verifying. I'm teasing you, actually.
Yeah, I understand. But I would have wished to go back to experience things that the kids were experiencing, but I would not want to have my experiences that I had. Because the things that we enjoyed back then, to see the yard was this big, and now it's this small, because we're bigger. We played in the mud, we cooked food, as I said, we had our bush cook, in our Milton pots, you know, all those experiences were so good. You fell down, you scraped.
Well, guess what? We've got a big yard. We've got tin. I'm pretty sure you could have a bush cookout if you want to outside.
It's not going to be the same.
So, hey, you could easily go back to childhood today.
No, it just might not be the same, because if I was to go back to childhood, maybe back then they'll have no trees, so it's not going to be the same. So I won't change it for the world, although I say I won't change my experiences for the world, but at least I would be better informed. So as I would say to Jamie, at this stage, I would know that at 40 and yesterday, I would have had a pain in my left leg that has now moved to my right part of my chest. Maybe it's gas.
I don't know, but I'm definitely. I'm not sure I want to know either. Guys, we'll save you. We'll be back in a moment. Yeah.
exotic experience.
What will it take to grab the attention of someone with the power to make your dream come true? 7 hopeful entrepreneurs in search of the finances necessary to take their ideas to the next level.
This is their lives, right? This is their business.
4 savvy business owners ready to make a pragmatic investment.
You can't help people if you can't help yourself. First, you make the dollar and you give the dollar.
Why you take your business offline?
I really feel that you need to do a little bit more research.
Very knowledgeable. Super knowledgeable.
You have a great idea and a great concept. I think you'd be snapped up by Disney.
If you have a job someplace, it means that if something is not working, you can walk away.
Who will invest?
Let's do this. Let's do this.
Thank you. And who will be sent home with nothing? I am your host, Kevin Hope.
Dreamy Decor specializes in flowers for all events, from birthdays to weddings and any other special occasion. What's a better way to express to the people you love than by providing the finest selection of beautiful flowers and gifts? So when you think of flowers, think of us, Dreamy Decor.
It's been 6 months now and Glenn hasn't been working. His attitude has completely changed and he's been leaving the house every day for hours and liming with his friends and coming home drunk and causing confusion.
Gloria, this is what you cook today? This is not enough food for a big man like me.
But Glenn, it's been 6 months now. You haven't given me any money to shop for food.
Okay, so what you want me to do if my boss ain't called me out for work as yet?
Look for a different job now.
What you just said to me?
Get a next job.
What?
Help! Let me
Let
go!
go what? You let's see what really happening. Let go what? Watch your mouth with me now.
Every weekend mom and dad fight. When are they going to stop?
Domestic violence is not just physical, it's mental, emotional, economical, and psychological. If you, your friend or family member is being abused, you can contact one of the numbers listed below for help. Department of Gender Affairs 662-5492, Special Victims Unit 662-7077, Counseling Unit 465-5000. This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and the Pan American Health Organization.
You see that new boy that just joined the school last week? He brought me a chocolate this morning because I showed him the way home from school yesterday.
You like him?
No, he's just my friend. Plus, he is my neighbor. He asked me if we can walk home together for lunch tomorrow, and I told him yes.
I don't like these big boys. They tend to like to touch girls without your consent.
What do you mean by consent?
It's when one person agrees to give permission to another person to do something.
He is cute though.
Guys, you won't believe what happened the other day with the new boy from school.
What happened?
The other day, while walking home with the new guy, he followed me into my house. I thought it was okay because he seemed friendly and respectful. So I turned on the TV and offered him a soda. We sat in the chair together. Then he leaned over and kissed me. I was so shocked I sat up straight and asked him why he did that. He said he thought I liked him. I told him not in that way.
What? Girl, you should have never allowed him inside your parents' home.
My parents will be very angry if they meet any boys in our home plus kissing me.
Guys, we don't need to be burdened down with teen pregnancy and relationship problems at this time. Boys need to understand that girls are not sex objects.
Remember, you have the right to consent to every activity being performed, from holding hands to anything more, and to change your mind at any time. If your partner does not respect your wishes, this also is a form of abuse. If you, your friend or family member is being abused, you can contact one of the numbers listed below for help. Department of Gender Affairs 662-5492, Special Victims Unit 662-7077, Counseling Unit 465-5000. This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and the Pan American Health Organization.
Yo, what up? It's your boy N. Richie right here at Studio 327. I'm here to give you the promo that you guys need because this is something special for St. Kitts. I'm telling you, tune in to Good Morning SKN, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on YouTube, Facebook, and on Moen Channel 4. Also, I realize nobody else is doing this. Follow the Good Morning SKN Instagram at Good Morning SKN and the Studio 327 Inc. Instagram. Follow us on YouTube and Facebook. This is pretty long, but follow us and yeah.
Back to Good Morning SKN as we continue along with the youth. Today is International Students Day, and today we have the pleasure of recognizing early childhood educators, specifically the work they do to set a proper foundation for students entering big school after the preschool level. Join us as we warmly welcome Kimon Archibald Lake. Many of you may know her as the author of Omalu Visits, but she is also the founder of the Key Babies, Child Development Center. Good morning, Kimon, and welcome back.
Good morning, Constance, and how are you?
Excellent. Yourself?
I'm good. How are you?
Welcome back. So why is early childhood, no, I shouldn't say why. Was early childhood education always on your radar?
No, it wasn't. As a child, I wanted to be a lawyer.
Ooh,
and for some reason, I'm thinking it's my mom, really. But every time I think of the story, it points me back to her. But I remember having a conversation and she said, do you know you're going to have to defend persons who are guilty? So I'm like, what you mean? She's like, yeah, if they steal or they murder someone, you're going to have to not say that. I'm like, what? So that kind of deterred me from wanting to be a lawyer. Because I can't do that. She's like, I know.
Those parents will get them.
So that was what kind of shifted me from wanting to be a lawyer. Then I was excited about being a pediatrician. And then I thought of, what happens if a child dies on my watch? How would I be able? And then I felt I was too emotional to be a pediatrician.
Oh, Lord. We think too deep, I say.
Yes, so that was, I was like, okay, no, I don't think I want to deal with that.
Okay.
So I shifted to early childhood.
Oh, okay, nice.
So I still got best of both worlds.
Okay. So when you say you shifted, was it automatic after going through those two options, or what? What?
So I became a godmother at the age of 18, I think. And so I wanted to help my best friend with her baby. And I always loved babies. And so that's where the whole love for key babies. I said, you know what, maybe I should start taking care of my god kids, because I had like 3 of them at the time. So that's how I started. I started by taking care of my god kids. And so it blossomed.
And the name, because you said, you love taking care of babies, so they're your babies, right?
Key babies.
There you go.
So that's where key babies come from.
Yes.
All right, so how many did you start with?
I started with 3.
That's the god kids?
Yes, 3 of my godchildren. So the oldest is now 27.
Nice.
I'm sorry, what?
27. So she's going to be 27 in December. So that's 26 years of early childhood for me. Yes.
And when did you open the school? When did you decide?
In 1996.
Okay.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Okay, so walk us through those joyous moments. I'm sure not every day was joyful, but there must have been some highlights.
So I have to say, my passion for early childhood came from Mrs. Vanta Walters and her team. So in 1996, they were the ones who were the coordinators of early childhood, and they just loved, they just loved their job. So it was a joy seeing them operate, visiting because we had a public school at that time. So it was we would go there just to see how they would work with the children. And Mrs. Walters and her team, they made sure they came to visit where I was, to sit with me and show me how to engage the children, how to stimulate them. We played as if we were the children, and that is what really got me excited. I was like, what? This is it. This is it. I have to stay.
Nice.
That is when I realized the impact we can make as early childhood educators when it comes to the children.
Indeed.
Kudos. Shout out to Mrs. Walters and her team.
You're right, because I don't think anybody ever really forgets, those teachers. I think we all have those memories. I can remember frying blocks with a good friend of mine. Like, seriously, frying blocks. Like, we used to play, and play is an important part of it.
Yeah, nice. So, Kimon, in your opinion, what is the most important building block for childhood development?
So I will have to say, and it's just my view, the relationship that we have with the parents, because that's the foundation. So we have to make sure that the parents trust us and they are willing to allow us to work our magic. So the relationship that we form with the families are key. That is key. Those relationships are key. So that will be the foundation for me, the relationship that we build with every family that comes into our center.
I know it might not be foremost on your mind, but do you ever think that every day is an opportunity for things to go right or go wrong? Because if you're talking about a relationship with parents, sometimes it only takes that one thing.
Yeah, any day can go right or wrong. But once the lines of communication is open, it really makes it a lot easier for us to, tackle some of the differences that we may have. So even at my school, I usually say to my parents, please, just let me know. Let me know what is going on. Let me know what we would have done that did not work for you, so we can adjust. Sometimes it's just a matter of explaining why we would do something, because a lot of parents don't really understand child development. They don't understand the intricate details of what it takes to stimulate and to help the child to get to where you need them to. So communication, that's key.
I'm looking forward to this part. We have a video of you teaching your students about shapes using the game of bingo. Let's take a look.
disappointed that you didn't bring the bingo for me to play. We're here talking, doing grown-up stuff, right? And they're having all the fun.
I know, that's so much fun. And I can see Dejanay, she is excited to shout out the bingo.
Yeah, so that would have been, we've been working on shapes for I think about 2 weeks.
Okay.
And so we just climaxed with a little game of bingo, just to make sure that they can identify the shapes and their listening skills too, because that is something that we have to work on every day, their listening skills.
You've painted that picture. You've got to help me out, because you're talking about, young children. You're talking about listening skills. Yeah. What I remember about teachers trying to get me to listen when I was that age involved a little shout, or a tap, or there are different things that you can do. Not a tap on my shoulder, but maybe like a cue. How do you do it?
1, 2, 3, look at me.
Wow, easy.
And that's it.
Yeah.
And you had me looking at you too, so it works.
So before we go to break, I want to know, what is your most rewarding experience being an early childhood educator?
I have quite a few, so I'll tell you one. One of the most rewarding experiences would be seeing the children as they continue their education, receiving first place and second place and third place, and going on to university, and being on the dean's list, and those things for me that's what I'm like, okay, good, the foundation was set.
Nice.
The foundation was set. So that is one for me. The other is if I'm out in the public and they see me, they always want to come. And it's always a hug. So you're doing something right. When they remember you enough to embrace you, the same love that you would have given to them. So those are two.
Yeah, because if it wasn't good, they'll remember you too.
And they will not come to me. So I think that is what excites me and keeps us going.
Nice.
Great. Well, we'll continue this conversation in a moment. Stay tuned, everyone.
Dreamy Decor specializes in flowers for all events, from birthdays to weddings and any other special occasion. What's a better way to express to the people you love than by providing the finest selection of beautiful flowers and gifts? So when you think of flowers, think of us, Dreamy Decor.
When growing your savings, where you save matters more than you think. Dare to compare and see for yourself why you should start saving and investing at First Federal Credit Union. You don't have to settle for cents. Let your money make sense. Reap a higher return by stashing your cash in a high-yield savings account or term deposit and earn up to 4% interest on your money. At First Federal, we say yes.
What will it take to grab the attention of someone with the power to make your dream come true? 7 hopeful entrepreneurs in search of the finances necessary to take their ideas to the next level.
This is their lives, right? This is their business.
4 savvy business owners ready to make a pragmatic investment.
You can't help people if you can't help yourself. First, you make the dollar and you give the dollar.
Why you take your business offline?
I really feel that you need to do a little bit more research.
Very knowledgeable. Super knowledgeable.
You have a great idea and a great concept. I think you'd be snapped up by Disney.
If you have a job someplace, it means that if something is not working, you can walk away.
Who will invest?
Let's do this. Let's do this.
Thank you. And who will be sent home with nothing? I am your host, Kevin Hope.
Yo, this is your boy Smiley of the Grandmasters Band, and you're watching GMSKN. Hey, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, just make sure you're watching GMSKN. What up?
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
Let's face it, most parents or guardians don't want to think about their teens having sex, let alone contemplate the possibility that they might get pregnant or get someone pregnant. Teenage pregnancy is a situation that involves female adolescents. A teenage female can be pregnant as early as age 12 or 13, although it is usually 14 and older. The fact that teenagers become pregnant is related to many factors. Here are some tips to decrease teen pregnancy. Teach teenagers comprehensive sex education. Target messages at teen boys, not just girls. Get the whole community involved. Encourage mentoring, parental involvement, and support. This message was brought to you by Project Viola through the Department of Gender Affairs with support from the Basic Needs Trust Fund and the Caribbean Development Bank.
Yo, what up? It's your boy N. Richie right here at Studio 327. I'm here to give you the promo that you guys need because this is something special for St. Kitts. I'm telling you, tune in to Good Morning SKN, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on YouTube, Facebook, and on Moment Channel 4. Also, I realize nobody else is doing this. Follow the Good Morning SKN Instagram at Good Morning SKN and the Studio 327 Inc. Instagram. Follow us on YouTube and Facebook. This is pretty long, but follow us and yeah.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. We're joined by Cayman Archibald Lake, the founder of the Key Babies Child Development Center, along with two of her students. That's me talking. You're right, and now you're talking to me. So why don't you tell me your name? Yeah. What's your name?
Ezra Fleming.
Okay, great. Ezra Fleming. Dejanay, tell everybody your name. Yes, different cheers. What is your name?
What's
All right. And when we were on break, yes, you got it right. And when we were on break, I said that you were going to say something when I looked at you, right? And you remember what it is? Okay, so I'm going to look at you and you're going to say it.
Good.
1, 2, 3.
Good.
Awesome. Oh, you nailed it. I got it. All right. I got it for you. You guys are sporting dragonflies, man.
Nice.
Listen, I feel like a kid again being in your presence. Where's your daddy? Didn't you tell your teacher your daddy's going to watch you on TV? No, but he can see you.
He can see you on the TV. He's watching you now.
Uh-huh.
I don't see my daddy.
No, you can't.
You won't be able to see him.
Oh, this is so funny. This is so funny.
So how old are you, Deshane?
Let me see your hand again when you do that. Wow.
You're smart, you know.
Ezra, how about you? How old are you?
4 years old.
Whoa,
Nice.
brilliant. You know
The
3 and
numbers
4.
come up.
You know how old I am? No, you don't, and I can't put up my 2 fingers and have that show. I am way older than 2 hands, right? Yeah, way older than 2 hands. So what school do you go to? Tell me what school do you go to? Key Babies. Do you like Key Babies? What do you like about it? What do you like about it? Your daddy used to protect me. That's funny, isn't it? That's
What do you like about school? What do you like to do at school?
Play with the toys? Do you like to learn as well? Did you enjoy the game of bingo?
I have Zingos home.
You have Zingos home? Okay.
Listen, all I know is that when we started, I was hearing who had tablets,
Yes.
who had Paw Patrol. Who watches Paw Patrol?
Me.
Mm-hmm. What do you like about it?
I like dinosaurs.
You like dinosaurs too?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, ooh, what else do you like?
I like driving
You
motorbike.
you drive motorbike? You? Wow.
I like to drive scooters and bikes.
Oh boy.
Bikes. Okay, good.
I could have stronger motorbike.
Oh, nice. So, Dejane, you were telling us a story about the dinosaurs. Can you tell us that story?
But I don't tell people stories.
Oh, you don't tell people stories? I love that. Brilliant. I know what she means. You know what she means, right?
Oh, wow.
That's good home training there.
But I don't tell people stories.
But you were telling me how the dinosaurs disappeared 1,000,000 years ago. You want to tell our viewers about that? What happened to the dinosaurs?
The dinosaurs had bones on the ground.
They had bones on the ground. So how did they
died.
And how did they die?
A meteor was gonna hit the dinosaur where then they died.
Oh.
They were nothing to eat.
Oh. So they died.
Yeah.
Okay, good stuff. Smart girl.
So wait, what is that in your hand? A dragonfly. And what does it do?
Fly in the air.
Oh, really? Wow.
This green one just like some.
Uh-huh. So do you... Oh, it's like a race car? So do you know, so what makes...
Fall down the mat.
Hey, you guys are good, man. What makes it fly? What makes it fly?
Wing.
The wings.
Nice.
Brilliant.
I think the wings blow it away.
Uh-huh. It has 4 wings. Awesome. And what colors are they? Are they the same color?
Green.
Green? And what about this one?
Yellow.
Whoa.
Nice,
You guys are
nice.
smart.
So Dejane and Ezra, are you excited to go to big school? Yes? What are you looking forward to most at big school?
The toys. Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Somebody always destroys yours? Wasn't you, right? No.
Aww.
Uh-oh. Yeah?
But Azadi always destroyed the foot too. Azadi always run up and down all I don't want him to fall.
Oh, so you care about him. You don't want him to hurt himself.
Bump on me.
He does? So you protect him then, so that he doesn't fall, right? Awesome. Wow.
Azadi did fall.
So,
He was driving the big truck.
Got you. So did you tell anybody you were going to be on TV today?
Azadi pushed me.
He pushed
that's
you.
not nice.
Uh-oh, tell him that's not nice. Say that's not. Look into the camera. Say that's
he
not
says
nice.
he was sorry.
That's
Did he
Oh, he
say
can't
he was
talk.
sorry? Did he tell you sorry?
Oh, he can't talk. Okay, well, I guess he was sorry.
No.
You know what?
Good stuff.
No.
So, well, we know what you do for fun. Hey, counting. Who wants to count with me? Can we count to 10? Okay, let's count. On 2. Okay, go ahead. 1,
2,
3,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yay!
And I knew you would do that at the end. I was just waiting for it. It's like, yeah, we got there. That's great.
Careful before you
That's
fall.
great.
So what is your favorite color, Dishane? Pink? Nice.
Pretty pink.
You, Ezra, what's your favorite color?
Pink.
You like pink too?
I like pink too.
Okay.
You go, guy.
Okay, well, I don't have anything pink on. The dragonfly flies fast. That's a whole lot of energy.
Oh, wow. How proud are you? When you see these kids, they know the colors, they can count.
I ABCs.
Oh, you know your ABCs too. How proud are you, teacher Kimon, to know that they can do all of this?
I can even spell my words.
Oh, nice.
I can spell my words too.
Oh,
Whoa.
And I can even play the
Oh, nice.
I can play in the dark.
You can play in the
Play
dark?
in the dark?
Wow.
What do you see in the dark?
I see my toys in the dark.
Okay.
I'll play in. I use my acroblas when it's dark.
Oh, I see.
nice.
You use your...
My turn now.
Yes.
Okay. So this is why it is so important for the relationship between the school and the parents, because when we learn, the parents can go home and just, recap, speak to them about what they did, and maybe play games, because it's always about playing games. So even this week, we've learned the nursery rhyme, Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. Jack jumped over the... Right, and so we found ways how we can use this rhyme to teach throughout the week. So yesterday they had their candlestick and they had to do a listening activity.
Not me.
So teacher gave them instructions and they followed.
Okay.
So when they get home, their moms can do the same thing. So,
Okay, nice.
But my mommy doesn't have a printer at home.
She doesn't have a printer?
My mommy has a printer at work.
Oh.
Teacher at home.
Okay, but you can take home your candlestick, okay?
Yay!
Right.
My mommy makes food.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Mommy feels better.
Yes, me
okay?
too.
The last time I was sick last night, I vomited at mommy bed.
Oh,
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you feeling better today? That's great.
You can't tell your mom.
Good,
you
Ezra.
can't tell your mommy and daddy's business like that.
The last time my mommy wasn't feeling good.
Oh,
Okay, well,
we
you're
hope
going to
she
make
feel
her feel better.
right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, no more stories. This is great. All right, so do you want to say goodbye, SKN? Can you do that on 3? Look into that. Say goodbye, SKN. Goodbye, SKN. Oh, okay. So,
I liked it.
all right. So here's what we're gonna do. On 3, we're just gonna wave bye-bye to the camera. Okay? 1, 2, 3.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. Be back.
Dreamy Decor specializes in flowers for all events, from birthdays to weddings and any other special occasion. What's a better way to express to the people you love than by providing the finest selection of beautiful flowers and gifts? So when you think of flowers, think of us, Dreamy Decor.
When growing your savings, where you save matters more than you think. Dare to compare and see for yourself why you should start saving and investing at First Federal Credit Union. You don't have to settle for cents. Let your money make sense. Reap a higher return by stashing your cash in a high-yield savings account or term deposit and earn up to 4% interest on your money. At First Federal, we say yes.
That's it.
An exotic experience.
Greetings, my lovely people. I'm Chantel, residing in Taiwan. 12 hours time difference. It's nighttime here, morning time in SK. I'm busy and on the go. However, I always manage to keep up to date with what's happening in SK. All thanks to Good Morning SKN. Good morning, SKN. Ciao, bango!
Back at you. Good morning, SKN. It is that time to let you know what's happening. So Gigi by Tammy is having a breakfast Friday this Friday, the 18th November. This breakfast special allows you to choose a box that contains cheesy scrambled eggs with scallions, breakfast potatoes, chicken sausage, garden salad, fruits, and juice, and any one of the following: beet bread, healthy, French toast, cassava waffles, or banana cakes. You can get all of this for only $25. If you're interested in purchasing this delectable breakfast box this Friday, order now by calling 665-8884 or 663-0852. That's 665-8884 or 663-0852. Boxes can be picked up at the Hamilton Projects or delivered between 8 and 11 a.m. for a mere fee of $3. All orders must be placed tomorrow at the latest. So order now because, as their tagline says, life is sweet, so have a treat.
Life is sweet, so have a treat.
A breakfast treat, but I like how it's authentic though. Cassava waffles, I'm hungry, beet bread. I'm hungry.
Yeah, never mind. Somebody else is going to have breakfast. We're not called a breakfast show. We're called Good Morning SKN, but I'm pretty sure some of you have breakfast while you are watching and or listening to us. And if you haven't, like Hortensia, you're going to do that in a moment as soon as we say goodbye. So we do want to thank you for joining us today for another edition of GMSKN. It would not be the same without you. Inviting you, of course, to tune in daily to find hopefully something that you like, a little bit of everything for everyone, just a little bit. So hopefully you'll get that. Yeah, you can follow us. I see things all up on the screen. Social media platforms, Facebook and YouTube at Studio 327 Inc. Instagram, you can follow us at Good Morning SKN as well. Like, subscribe, follow, share, and also check out our website, studio327inc.com, where you can learn more about Studio 327, more about GMSKN. And if you want to know more about us, I guess you'll just have to watch. Because there's not much about us there. Yeah, of course.
You have to watch every day, all day, at least from Monday to Friday. That's when we're on. From
Or what,
8
Cortez?
a.m.
I love when you say that, and I love to tease you.
10 a.m.
Or what?
Or what?
You have to, or what?
You have
What's
to
going to
watch.
happen?
You have to be in the know. You have to be in the do. This is like Instagram, WhatsApp. Yeah, you have to be in the do.
I thought there was a veiled threat there. I thought there was, it's like, you have to
You
watch.
have to be in the do. You just have to be in the do.
So you have to watch to know.
You must watch to know.
You see, it's that war that gets me every time. I'm like, what's going to happen if they don't watch?
Nothing's going to happen. You're just going to miss our lovely faces. And as I said, waking up to a breath of fresh air. So yes, leave us a comment and let us know what was your favorite part of today's show. Those kids had me, especially Dejanay, although she didn't want to share the dinosaur story, but she did eventually. She sure did. So see you tomorrow. Tomorrow, yes, Friday at 8 a.m. when you will start your morning. I compel you to.
Wait, but even before that, can't just tell them that, because tomorrow is actually the show that we're going to be talking with men, because we're having our International Men's Day show tomorrow, so it's actually a special show.
And everybody ought to, shall, must wear blue. We have to blue the town for the men. For the men in our lives, for our brothers, our husbands, or cousins, or uncles, you must wear blue tomorrow. That's the color they're asking you to wear in support and as we stand in solidarity with our men.
Or else. Anyway, yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
See you guys. See you. There's nowhere else there. See you guys tomorrow at 8, all right? Bye-bye.